Good morning, everybody. So in today's vlog, I want to talk about values, like your core values from a soul level. What are they and how to recognize them again? Because if you're like me in my spiritual journey, I came to realize how programmed I was and the layers and layers and layers of programming and how tricky the ego is and how much the ego wants to cling, that I truly didn't even know who I was. Like, that question of who am I to the core was extremely difficult to answer or even recognize. So I'm going to tell you how you can really recognize it, because I promise you, this realization, my absolute realization where I was like, oh my God, came from when I disidentified myself from everything, even the way I made money. So I even had to disidentify myself as an entrepreneur. And that was truly the time that I began to really know my soul, and she started coming through more. So I'm going to talk to you about that. Let's start with values. And why do we do this work anyways? When you're on this spiritual journey, for me, and I'm sure this is the same for you, it's because you know that there's something more out there and you're seeking for answers, right? Like you're looking and you're looking and you're looking. And what I want to tell you to make your journey easier, you may be ready to apply this and hear this, or you may not. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're ready to hear this, you're going to apply it. Your sense of purpose is not going to come from any type of searches to when you're just searching for answers. Synchronicities are great. Like when you see numbers out there and you can't, it's like, okay, what synchronicities truly do is synchronicities just give you that, yes, you're on the right path. And okay, let's talk about that. How do you know you're on the right path? You know you're on the right path when it feels right. You know that feeling that you get when you're grounded and you're moving forward with ease, like things aren't so difficult? That's when you're not out of alignment. It's when you are in alignment. Out of alignment is when things are difficult. They don't feel good. They don't feel right. You're constantly running into roadblocks and problems. That's when you're usually not on your right path. And the best thing that you can do when you're not on your right path is write, and just start doing self-inquiry work. And I can't stress that enough. So now let's get into core values. How do you recognize core values? And I'm not talking to you about those core values that you're taught in school. When I was in nursing school, you're taught your core competencies, your core values, and you're told what to value, which makes no sense because they should be screening people coming into their nursing school. If you're not a caring person, then you shouldn't be nursing. Right? So what are core values? And here is the gist of it. Core values are simple. So what I've learned is one of my core values is to be in nature. That is one of my, and I didn't even realize this. I've known this, but I came to this when you have those aha moments. I came to this aha moment because lately I've been living in my house for a long time, and I've had this for the last couple of years, I've had this urge to sell. So when you're walking in the path that Spirit is leading you, what happened in 2 years was I started talking to people about selling. I started kind of decluttering my house. This is the biggest thing. I began to listen to Spirit, not fight that she put the thought of selling the house in my mind, not fight it, but I began to declutter. Like if I were to move today, the move would be easy. I have no extra shit in my cupboards, in my closets. I have in my crawl space. Like I have literally gotten rid of junk. Anything that's extra now is stuff that I can give away to Salvation Army, Big Brothers, whomever. And that's the reason for that is because I followed this like intuition, this gut feeling. And guess what happened? My next door neighbor sold her house to a builder. And now a builder's putting a brand new, in my opinion, ugly fucking boxed home right next door to me. So when this started, and he took down a couple of trees, and I know once that house is going to be up, I'm gonna lose all nature. I love doing my dishes and I love watching the eagles play. I love it. It's one of my most favorite things to do in the morning. In the evening, when I'm finished cooking dinner and doing the dishes again, the moon comes out at a certain time downstairs and upstairs. I can see it through my windows. That's gonna be gone because this fucking house is gonna cover it. So I've had this like urge to sell, and just recently the prices in the market for sellers have been doing really well. And my son may not, he may go for this full scholarship, which may mean that he leaves next year. He'll be 17. He goes to university. He's leaving. He's going away. So do you see when you follow Spirit's path and your core values? So my core value is to be in nature. That's why I bought this house. But my core values have been taken away. I have a monster house on this side that was just built 5 years ago, took away all the trees that I used to enjoy in the evening. And now I have a monster house going up on the other side. So I feel very uneasy and I started feeling very uncomfortable. And when I, in meditation, was like, you have to show me why I feel like this. What is this feeling? Like, why am I experiencing this? And the reason is because this place that I do love so much. I love my home. I love it so much. But you know what? My core value of being in nature is being taken away by human beings, by people. And I don't have a choice in it. Therefore, it is time for me to go. So do you see how life is so much easier when you follow that core value? I didn't even know that being in nature was such a huge core value for me. I didn't know that. I know nature's healing, but like sitting here in my office, all the nature that I have, I'm gonna show you. Like if you can see that, how gorgeous is that, right? Like sitting here and all the nature that I'm used to seeing, the fact that all of this is just being taken away, it doesn't fit my core value. And the thing is, when I'm working and looking into nature, I didn't realize how healing it was for me. I know Mother Nature is important and I give her respect. I pray to her, I pray for her, but I didn't realize how much of a core value it was for me that she's urging me to now leave. This is how decision making becomes easier when you follow your core values, and it's also how you become stronger, because other people have told me, are you nuts? Don't sell your house. You live in a gorgeous neighborhood. Just all this stuff, and it's all money, right? Like it's all money related, but that's not important to me. It is, but it's not as important to me as just having other people's chatter constantly telling me what to do when it doesn't resonate. This is what knowing your core values will do as well. Your core values will teach you and guide you towards the easiest path, highest good, because it'll resonate with you. You'll start feeling lesser degrees of confusion because you know the path that you're gonna walk. Somehow you just know it. So that's one core value is nature. The second one is, for me, I'm gonna be really quick here, is laughter and happiness. I didn't realize that was such a huge core value in my life. And this laughter and happiness I have started to create with my 16-year-old child. We laugh so much. Like, I used to make a point, he's a jokester. He's actually really funny. We start our mornings off laughing. We enjoy each other's company because we have laughter in common. We love having conversations about self-inquiry, about spirituality, about manifestation. This all brings us some sort of joy. So spirituality is a core value for both of us, and I've instilled that in him. And we cherish this core value by talking about quantum physics, metaphysics. So it's not even a quick vlog, it's 10 minutes, but that's how you can be easily guided when you know your core values. Sit down and write a list of what you think your core values are, and don't judge them. Just write. If you like to laugh, like your first 5 that come to your mind. If you like to laugh, if you like success, I want to be successful. It's really important. Success is really important. Success to me is more important than money. That's how much I value success. And in my mind, I'm successful when I'm doing something that I love, which is teaching, building, leading. These are the things I love to do. See? Hope that helps. Love you guys. Bye.